Liberty Bell, where the 76ers are looking to take on a Western Conference opponent. Hi, everyone. We're happy to have you with us for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along courtside with Brett Perry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge on our sideline. You look at the Clippers. And it's 6'7" with a 7'2" wingspan. Robert Covington, Greg, comfortable guarding power forwards.
Well, he's accustomed to it. In high school, he was the same height, but only weighed 170 pounds. Even then, his coach said he was weak, but he wasn't soft.
Embiid, no good. Leonard with the ball. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. To the inside. And the jam by Nicholas Batum.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
Back to Harden. It's deflected. Pass to Leonard. Here's Powell. Back to Leonard. Six on the shot clock. And finished off by Leonard.
What an advantage it is to have someone like Leonard. Everyone knows the shot clock is running down, but they also know that he'll get up a good shot either way.
Harden draws the double. Shot to stop the run. And the rejection by Leonard.
No, it's early, but going 0 for 4 to start a game can make a team get a little bit tight.
Back to George. Nobody near Leonard. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Leonard's got his second basket. As we look ahead to the playoffs, Brent, what surprised you in your first postseason appearance going back to 1997?
I think the details, Kevin, really are the most incredible part of playoff basketball is how deep and how good you assess what it is the other team is bringing to the table. Their playbook then becomes something that you know quite well. You understand the matchups and the tendencies of your matchup, and that kind of level of detail is just incredibly impressive.
Giving up a run here. Can they turn it around?
Hard to say right now. At this point, I've seen the coaches run through 2 or 3 iterations of defense. Is there a fourth? I'm not sure.
Pass to Thibault. Now here is Harris. And slam dunk by Harris.
All that athleticism from Tobias Harris showing that time.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Right side Leonard. Outside for Batum. And here is Powell. Leonard inside. It's hauled in by Harris.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Kicks it out to Harden. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Here's the Clippers. They're on a 10-2 run here. Outside Leonard. It drops for his third basket. He's missed only one shot.
Moving it around. 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
It's Harden with the drive.
And really an incredible playmaker his entire career. Harden has taken that up a notch. And he now often looks for his teammates first.
And the Clippers making a change here. Good on both.
And you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
A 3 from Leonard. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. And And huge assist totals for Harden, which is also a reflection, Greg, of the talent around him.
And he's played with some of the best finishers in the game throughout his career. What changed starting last year was his mindset, making him all that much more difficult to defend.
And both free throws good for James Harden.
And few guys can score like James Harden. His ability to fill it up not only makes a huge impact for his team, it's also won him a few scoring titles in the league. Oh, great ball movement there.
And Harden with the stuff.
And you talk about the best ball handlers in the league. Don't forget about James Harden.
In the corner, George with it. And it's the Clippers scoring again.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Embiid. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
And hit on the way up. Embiid's strong physically, but also mentally able to keep his focus.
Paul George dunk contest, maybe a little over, but I love to see him get up.
Here's Embiid. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Kawhi Leonard.
And the shot is good.
He is getting it done on the offensive end. 5 buckets through 7 shots. And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope. His only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
I mean, Kawhi Leonard, an MVP candidate. Why? Well, they're the reasons right there. One of the best two-way players we've seen in the past 5 years.
And the basket by Harden.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Yeah, no stopping him on that play. Sometimes even the taller defenders are...
Kawhi Leonard has been on display for Los Angeles. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all. And he looks to be planning for more. And we'll be right back after this. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. Guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Kawhi Leonard keeps it simple. He says, I'm trying to be the best player I can be. I'm happy with what I've done in my career, and I'm just going to keep on from there. It's not about being famous. It's about playing basketball and having fun on the floor. Well, he is famous, Kevin, and he remains focused on the court.
Agreed, David. It has served him well. Thank you. Kicks it out to Leonard. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
Morris Sr.
Doing a lot of nice work now from the field. He's helped get them this lead, and now he's helped them keep it.
And the rejection by Zubac. Harris. Doesn't go that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. And this is the first season matchup for them against this 76ers team.
It's not often we get to see this matchup, but it is a doozy when we do. Just 2 powerhouse teams facing.
Well, if I had a calendar, I would have circled this one. But I love it when they get together. Last year, they split the 2 games between them, and I'll bet their battles are just as tightly contested this year.
Tries again. Again, Los Angeles.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backboard.
Timeout called the 76ers. We're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
Poor execution in that one. Not sure what led to the lack of focus, but coaching staff definitely not happy.
And they made some comments themselves that some of the fault might have lied with them because they didn't go in with the best of game plans and they didn't make the right adjustments. So we'll see tonight if they do.
You played on one of college basketball's all-time super teams. Hard to imagine we'll see that kind of dominance over several seasons like you guys had at UNLV.
It's true, and we still see dominant teams, but you know the difference is now the most talented teams tend to only play together for one season, and so that makes it really hard to run together stretches where you can call yourself a legitimate dynasty. But I still love where our game is and look forward to watching these young men chase their dream.
To the paint, poked away, and stolen by Thibault.
That's their first of the game, though, so sharp passing has helped them to craft this lead. And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Back to Batum. Clippers moving the ball around. George, that's a two-pointer. It's hauled in by Harris. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the 76ers. Down by 12.
And for so long in Indiana, Paul George was that guy. But boy, I tell you, he's been a good sidekick the last few years.
Well, he's been amazing and continues to be a little bit undervalued in the way that...
Oh!
Yes, sir.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
Again, Los Angeles.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And the foul on Harden. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
And Nick Batum, he can kind of give you a bit of everything on the wing. A true jack of all trades.
It's interesting, GA, because that versatility is what got him a long-term contract to play in Charlotte for a number of years. And now coming full circle, he's back to that versatile play around other guys who are star players. That's what makes him so valuable to any club he plays with now.
Teams changing it up here. .144 left in the first half of basketball. A nice shot by George.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Down low. Covington with the steal. George with the ball. Now Green defending. They get it again. Outside Covington. Back to George. Picked him clean. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. They get a hand on it. Outside George. It's stolen by Green. And now Philadelphia on the break. The shot that time not on target. And the Clippers will come the other way.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead. Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Here's Embiid. And it goes down 2 points.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. And the Clippers call time here. So both teams making some changes here. The free throw drops for Embiid.
And what you love about Embiid, he gives you the offense, defense, rebounding, but he also plays with an edge. He gives this team a certain confidence when they take the floor.
And the dunk by Powell.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
Nice to play with a point guard that takes pride in playmaking. It makes you move around just a little bit faster to get open spots.
And that one, good. Niang's got his first bucket of the night.
And you have to be unselfish if you're going to lead your team to great things. And I think Embiid gets that.
And we finished one half of basketball. Los Angeles on top, up by 15. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Here's Harden. An easy 2 points on the layup. Harden's got the first points to start out the third quarter for Philadelphia.
And on the offensive end, Harden can be such a monster. So far, he's had little trouble finding his shots.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, mid-range jumpers are something of a lost art these days. They're still practiced by superstars like Kawhi Leonard. Coach Ty Lue said, why not work on the shots that teams are giving up? Down the stretch, mid-range shots win games. Playoffs, too. If you shoot it at a high clip, it's just as good as a three for me. Guys?
And they do shoot it at a good clip, and they rely on it quite a bit. David, thank you. And Philadelphia calls time here.
Whether things are good, bad, or indifferent, coaches will have adjustments to make throughout the course of the game.
Yeah, not just there to pump up or to discipline players. You got to make sure that the coach makes the proper adjustments and has his team in the right mindset to carry it out.
And he knocks down the first one.
And a guy who's bounced around the league a little. Surprising, given that Morris is a solid shooter and a pretty good defender in rebounding.
The 76ers trailed by 17. Pass to Harris. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Harris has got 6.
Tobias Harris getting a little bit creative, finding some room on the inside and keeping the defense guessing with that shot attempt.
14 feet away. Leonard looking around. Buries it from three-point range. Leonard's got 22 points.
I think it gets overlooked sometimes, but Kawhi can put up some very good numbers from the three-point line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Philadelphia shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Pass to Harris. Back to Embiid. In the corner, Harden. 4 on the shot clock. And the rejection by Zubats. And that one goes out of bounds. Touched by Zubats. And the Clippers making a change here. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Leonard on the wing. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Thibault. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. The 76ers have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7. He misses the free throw. He hits the second from the line. And Brent, you played for the Spurs, who pioneered player rest. More and more teams have followed that suit over the seasons, calling it load management, even risking fines. Any concern with the way things are done?
Well, I understand the fans' complaint. You know, to think about being a 10-year-old boy or girl and LeBron James is coming to your city and it's a load management day and he's not playing. And so the league understands it. It understands it from its broadcast partners and the way that they want the star players to be involved in every game that they play. And they've tried to adjust the schedule and moved it around a little bit, doing away with back-to-backs. I think it'll be a constant battle, but the organizations are investing in these players, and health is their #1 issue. They want them to play as many games for as long as they can at an elite level. So we'll see how it goes in the next couple of years.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Leonard. And it's Leonard again missing.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
And on the drive, Harden just so tricky to guard. No one wants to risk handing him a foul.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, him dominating the offensive end is what accounts for this lead. Just a very difficult guy to stop once he gets going.
Millsap trying to get open. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Maybe the best ever at earning free throws. I mean, Harden has mastered the art of contact and still being able to get off the shot.
Harden hits them both.
And the defensive versatility of Robert Covington is a real asset. At 6'7" with long arms, this guy can guard almost every position on the floor.
Yeah, that switchability is such a valuable thing in today's game. And for Covington, he's one of those interesting guys that maybe not so much on the ball as off the ball, the disruption that he can give you defensively with that length in his hands. That's where he really is a tremendous help defender.
Harden, no good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Bucket is good. Harden's got 19 points.
And for Harden, finishing through contact is just part of the job description. He gets bodied up almost every time he takes it inside.
Back to George. And it's George finishing it off.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
Well, that's how you drive your point home right there. Here's Harden. And it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. Los Angeles calls timeout. And the Clippers making a change here. "16 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And the call will be against Harris. That's his first foul.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
"11 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to George. Leonard, a good look. What a play! Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Yeah, it's almost like he's playing with the wristwatch there. He knew the time, he executed.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers in very good shape with a 23-point lead at the end of the quarter. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. So it's the Clippers now. From deep, George. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Back to Covington. Right side, Leonard. Shot clock at 6. Over Maxey. And again, Kawhi Leonard. Leonard's got 11 points here in just the second half.
Down the stretch, he's been flat out awesome. He helped them get the lead, and now he's making sure they keep it.
Harris, no good.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
Harden inside the three-point line. Second chance shot.
And they've fallen completely out of sync here offensively. I'm not seeing nearly the same movement or flow that we saw in that first half.
And it's Leonard missing. And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
That's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. Pass to George. Here's Powell. Back to George. Oh!
Pretty cool that Paul George came to the game on the rocket ship because he's on another planet right now.
Now, here's Maxey. Back to Embiid. A shot by Harden. Wide open. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
Charles Basie.
Here's George. It's Covington on the wing. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
And pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Outside, George. Again, Los Angeles.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
All night long, in control of the pace, and you don't want to let go of that rope right now.
And Covington sends it back. And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Wow, you watched the defender, and it looked like he knew that was coming. He made a quick play on it to intercept the ball in the passing lane.
And the NBA dress code introduced back in 2005. Now, player attire straying a bit from business casual. Does that bother you, Greg?
You know, it doesn't bother me because that's where we are as a society. But, man, I can tell you, when I first came in the league, you get fined if you didn't wear dress socks with your suit. So we have come a long way in terms of the evolution of fashion. And you know what? I'm not one for stopping progress.
And it's George finishing it off.
Sweet finish from Paul George there. I like to see him get up to the rim like that.
Pass to Covington. Back to George. Here's Leonard.